Hi, you've reached Coqui Vegan. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be making Puerto Rican pastelon. Pastelon is a type of lasagna, but instead of using pasta, we use sweet plantains. This is a plantain, not the green one, yellow. And traditionally it's made with ground beef or ground pork, and eggs as a binder, but this is vegan, 100% vegan. So what we're going to use is Life Light Smart Ground Crumbles. I like using this. I mean, there's other products out there like Guardian and Beyond Meat crumbles, but I like the Life Life, I'm sorry. And I'm using the original, not the Mexican or what other flavors they have. In addition, as a binder, we're going to use silken tofu. Okay. And we're going to dilute the silken tofu with a nut milk. I'm using original almond milk, organic. And for flavoring, we're going to use several spices, but you're also going to need this. It's called not beef. Okay. And then the specialty items you're going to need is annatto oil. You get this at the Latino market. Any Latino grocer will carry it. It's a type of seed. It's red. And what we do with this seed, we take a tablespoon or two and we infuse it with olive oil, warm olive oil. We put it on stove top on low heat. We put that in there, let it steep for about 10 minutes. Then the oil turns red. When the oil turns red, it looks like this. We use this for sauteing and also for flavor because it has a nice little smoky flavor to it. Another item you're going to find at the Latino market is, we call it ají dulce. It looks like a Scotch bonnet or habanero, but it's not spicy. It's actually really sweet. And it has a very unique flavor. So look for this. I think in English it's called a yellow lantern pepper. It ranges from a yellowish color all the way to a reddish color. Sometimes it has like red on one side and yellowish on the other. So look for that. And then this is called Recaito, or cilantro. You find this at Latino market also. It tastes like coriander or cilantro, but the flavor is like tenfold. It's very intense. Okay, you're going to need about 17 of these little leaves. Okay, in addition to that, you're going to need about a half a cup of green peppers, diced. You're going to need 1 cup of sweet Spanish onions, which is about a half of a large onion, diced. About 7 heads of garlic, also diced. 17 leaves, julienned, of the cilantro. You're going to need about a 1/4 cup of the yellow lantern chili peppers, or ají dulce, whatever you want to call it. You're also going to need about 1 cup of chopped Spanish olives with the pimento. Half a tablespoon of cumin, half a tablespoon of oregano, 3/4 tablespoon of turmeric, 3/4 tablespoon of thyme, salt, and pepper. And that's pretty much it. So let's start cooking. You know what I forgot to mention? You also need a 1/4 cup of tomato paste. So please add that to your ingredient list. And let's move on to the next step. Use that for sauteing. What you do is, it's really good because it has a nice little smoky flavor, so I'm going to be using that. If you don't want to use oil, you can do this with sauteing with water. And what I did here is I added my onions and green peppers at first. I let that saute for a little bit. And then I'm going to put the ají dulce. Okay? Let that saute for about a minute or so. Okay? Probably about 30 seconds or so. Now, you're going to put the garlic in. And the minute you put the garlic in, you don't want that to get bitter. You're just going to saute that for a couple minutes. Not even what, 20 seconds or so. Now at this point, you put all your spices because you need all the spices to bloom. And in order for that to happen, the oil has to be hot. That releases all the oils and the spices and gives you a nice, awesome flavor in there. saute that for about a minute or so. Once it starts smelling real fragrant, then you could throw your crumbles. I'm putting 1.5 packages of crumbles. Then I let that saute for a little bit. And then what I'm going to do here is add my not beef bouillon. Put that in there. And then let that simmer, let that saute for a little bit. Then I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of water because it gets really dry. So there. All this is being done on medium-high heat. Once everything starts getting real fragrant, and the onions and everything starts breaking down, which is about 2 or 3 minutes, now I add the olives. Okay. So this is how it looks. Okay. That's done. Now we're going to put in our cracked pepper. This is to taste, so if you like to taste the pepper, put it in there. Let's saute in there for a little bit. Now I'm going to add my water. I'm going to add about a cup. Yes. Yeah, about a cup. Because this is going to have to reduce down. Now at this point, see, just to give you an idea, and I can boil down. Now we're going to add the cilantro or Recaito, whichever you want to call it, which is like the parsley. The reason you put this at the last minute is because you don't want to really cook this too much, because it will get a little bitter. So put that at the last minute. And your tomato paste. Mix all that up. If you feel you need more water, add it. I don't think I need it. Then you're going to lower your heat. You have it on medium high. Now you're going to boost it up to medium. Or even low if you want. You know what? I am going to add a little bit of water. Just a little bit. About a quarter cup extra. And now I'm going to add some salt. The salt is to flavor. Yeah, I think that's enough. That's probably what. So, that's it. Let this cook down for about 5 minutes. Turn it off. And now we're going to get started with the tofu. Okay? I'll show you how that goes. You're going to need a food processor for that, because we got to blend it up with some garlic and some salt. That's pretty much it. And some soy milk. Or, in my case, I'm using almond milk. Alright? So here we are. Here it is. You see, you want it really dry. Okay, almost no liquid at all. It's really dry. That's when you know that it's completely done. This took me about, I'd say about 5-7 minutes max. Once it's nice and dry, then it's done. So, like I said previously, now we're going to start doing the tofu. Alright? So here we are. We're going to start making the binder, which is tofu. I'm going to take the tofu, just drain it, throw it in your food processor. 1 clove of garlic. And we're going to go ahead and add the salt. I'd say about 2 teaspoons, just a little bit of salt. It's just to give it a little flavor. And we're going to blend it. Just a little bit. Then we're going to add the milk. About a 1/4 cup. It's just to smooth it out a little bit, not really to dilute it a lot, just make it a little more creamy. All done. This is what you're trying to achieve. You see, it's like a little, not really runny, just a little creamy. So that's it. Now we're going to start doing the plantains, and we'll take it from there. So I'm going to show you how to peel the plantain. I already peeled these here, but it's very simple. You're going to take plantain, you're going to cut one end, you're going to cut the other end, and out of each plantain you're going to get 4 slices. So you're going to try to cut it where you see a ridge, makes it easier to peel. Just run your knife over the surface, take one end, fold it over, and just peel it back. Real simple. If anything sticks to it, just take with a knife and just peel it off for any imperfections and stuff like that. That's it. Lay your plantain flat. And then with this hand, you're gonna like hold it and snug it between your palms, and then just slice it about 1/8 of an inch thick. There you are. And then lay it flat on the flat side. You're gonna snug it and just run your knife, because the plantain is ripe already anyway, so the knife should run really smooth through it. And just do this. I bought 12 large plantains. I'm going to peel about 10. I'm going to peel 10 if I need more, and then I'll go back and slice it. And that's pretty much it. Once you slice it, we're going to go ahead and fry it. I'm going to use about 1.5 cups of oil. I'm using canola oil, and we're going to go ahead and fry it till they're nice and brown, and then we'll start the assembly. All ready? Okay. Just to give you a little overview of what I did here, I went ahead and I mixed my tofu with the ground crumbles. Mix it up real well. That's all I have left. And once you mix it all up, what happens is when it bakes, the tofu will break down and it'll serve as a binder for the plantains. Then what I did is I laid 1 cap of the plantains vertically, and then where it finished, I laid them horizontally. I laid a cap of half of the meat, of the crumbles. Then I laid, where it was horizontally, I started my plantains vertically, and then horizontally, vice versa what you did. Okay? Now I'm going to lay my last cap. So you have plantains, crumbles, plantains. Now I'm going to finish off the other half of the crumbles in here. Smooth it out really nice. Now I take my green beans. I'm going to go ahead and drain it, which I already did, and then I'm going to lay it here. Okay. Just nice and thin coat. And I preheated my oven to 385 degrees. Now I'm going to lay my last layer of plantains. And here's the plantains, nice and crispy. And where I did horizontally, I'm going to do it vertically. So lay your cap. And almost done. Almost done. And what I do here is I mash it with my hands, get it nice and compact. But if you have any gaps, just fill it in with the plantains. And there we are, all done. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this in foil. We got one left. I'll just eat it. Okay. Wrap it in foil. We're going to go ahead and let this bake for about 45 minutes. And when we're done, get ready for the food porn. Alright? Well, I'll be back shortly. So here we are wrapping this up. Just took this out. I let it sit for about a half hour before you cut it, because if not, it'll fall apart. Once it's nice and cool, you go ahead and slice it. You can get about 12 servings. Just cut it horizontally and vertically into the size that you want. And this is what it looks like when it's out of the oven. It gets a little darker. And then when you slice it, this is what it looks like. It's very delicious. It's a sweet, savory dish. Okay. I also wanted to point it out that I've also made this with jackfruit in the past. I'll post, the next time I make it, I'll make it with the jackfruit so you can see how that works. This is the young jackfruit. It comes in a container. You want to get it in salt or brine. And you can also use ackes. Ackes is a Jamaican product. It's a fruit, but when it's green, you can use it like jackfruit. Same thing. Use the same seasonings and everything, and use that as a meat substitute. Because I know a lot of people don't do soy, or they don't do soy isolated proteins. But this is a healthier alternative to the traditional pastelon. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and take care. Bye.